Hello and welcome to Studycraft. In this session, we will discuss about travelers who visited India during ancient and medieval time. This topic will be covered in context of different competitive exams like UPSC, State PSC, Civil Service exam point of view. But before starting this topic, I would like to share if anybody feels the delivering lecture speed is very fast, they can change in YouTube playback speed fast, or if somebody want it in slow they can change it slow. So let's start the topic. So travelers are basically foreigners. They came India as pilgrims, travelers like ethnographer, traders, etc. Now why these travelers are so important? Cause the documentation they made after their visit was very important because that contains very crucial information of India. The information may be social, economic, religious, cultural, or many more. So this traveler's account is very important. You may call it travelogue or biography or any book. Whatever they did is very important document about the ancient and medieval India. So now we will going to discuss about this in detail. So for ease of understanding and memorizing purpose, travelers have been categorized into categories like Greek, Chinese, Islamic, and European. In the right hand side, there are some pictures and sketches. This basically contains, like from right top, it is the sketch of a traveler called Ibn Battuta. Just below of it, it's a trader's map. European used to use the same. Then the left side, there are two Chinese travelers, very popular. One is Fa Yin, the leftmost, and the right one of that same picture is Yuan Sun. Just above it, a imaginary sketch about how the travelers feel about the India at that time. So let's get into the next. About Greek traveler, the most notable one was Megasthenes. Megasthenes was a very popular Greek ethnographer and ambassador. Now, what is ethnographer? Ethnographer is a person who basically studies and describes the culture of a particular society or a group. Basically, he observes very closely and documents the same. So that is called ethnographer. And the period was of Megasthenes' visit basically was from 302 to 298 BC. BC means before Christ. You may also call it BCE, means before Common Era. Then he was an ambassador of Seleucus Nicator, who visited in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. He also wrote a very interesting book called Indica. Now, why Indica is so popular and so common? Because in that book he mentioned about seven different caste systems that exist at that time in India. So he mentioned that the first caste basically formed by a collective body of philosophers. Second one consists of husbandmen, means some public benefactors. The third one is about shepherds and herdmen. Then fourth one is artisan, fifth one is military, sixth overseers, and seventh is counselors and assessors. So then the next traveler, basically chronologically, Damachos came earlier than Megasthenes, but he was not so popular. He came India at 320 BC. He his period was 322 to 73 BC. He came in the reign of Bindusar, then Ptolemy. His period of coming to India was 130 AD. AD is Anno Domini. He was a geographer. He wrote a very popular book called Geography of India, which gives the description of the ancient Indian geography. So, if we summarize, then the chronological order of the Greek travelers will be Damachos, then Megasthenes, and then Ptolemy. Now about Chinese travelers, starting with Fahian. So Fahian came to India in the reign of Chandragupta II Vikramaditya. The period was 405 to 411 AD. AD is Anno Domini, or you may call it Common Era CE. Both are same. So he visited the birthplace of Lord Buddha at Lumbini. His travelogue was records of Buddhist kingdoms. He wrote a book called Fo Kyoki. Now Huan He visited in the reign of Harshavardhana. The period was 630 to 645 AD. He stayed in India for nearly 15 years. He came India through Tashkent and Swat Valley. His book is called Yuki or Records of Western World. Now, Yuan-sung and Fahian both were Buddhist monks. Now about Itsing. He visited India in connection with Buddhism. He was a Chinese traveler. The period was 671 to 695 AD. His works are the biographies of eminent monks, Buddhist monks. He gives many of valuable information about the social, religious, and cultural lives of people of India at that time, as well as the monks. Now about Islamic travelers. So first, Al-Masudi. He came India at about 957 AD. He was from Arab. He gave an extensive account of India in his book called Muruzul Zahab. Then the next traveler was Al-Biruni or Abu Rehan Mahmud. His period was 1024 to 1030 AD. He was a Muslim scholar and polymath. Polymath means a person with a wide and deep learning and knowledge. He came along with Muhammad Ghazni during one of his Indian raid. He was first Muslim scholar to study India, and he was also known as the founder of Indology. Indology is basically the study of Indian history, literature, philosophy, and culture. So he wrote a very popular book called Tehqiq-i-Hind or Kitabul Hind. Then the next traveler was Ibn Battuta. His period was 1333 to 1347 AD. He was a Moorish traveler, means he came from Morocco. He visited India during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. His book was Rehla, it's a travelogue. Then another Islamic traveler was Abdul Razzaq. He lasted India for nearly 1 year. He came India at about 1443 AD and he returned to his country at 1444 AD. He was a Persian traveler and also ambassador of Shahrukh of Timurid dynasty. He came at the rule of the second Devarai of Sangama dynasty of Vijayanagar Empire. He came India at Zamorin Port, Calicut. He had make a brief account of his total visit in his book called Malta u Saddin Amazuma al Bahrain. So if we set this in a chronological order, then first came Al-Masudi, then Al-Biruni, then Ibn Battuta, then Abdur Razzaq. So now it's about European travelers. First is Marco Polo. So Marco Polo traversed Indian coasts were about 1292 to 1294 Anno Domini. He was a Venetian traveler, means he was from Italy. He visited South India in 1294 AD during the reign of Pandyan ruler of Madurai. His work was the Book of Sir Marco Polo, which was a really good, invaluable account of economic history of the India of that time. Then about Sir William Hawkins. The period was 1608 to 1611 AD. He was basically an ambassador of James I, King of England. He was William Hawkins was a British person. He came India in the reign of Jahangir, the Mughal emperor. Then William Finch also came with him. Then next was Sir Thomas Roe. He came just after the return of William Hawkins. He came basically in 1615. He stayed in India from 1615 to 1619 AD. He was also ambassador of James I, King of England. Sir Thomas Roe was also British. He came in India at the reign of Jahangir as well. A few popular travelers of medieval India has been covered here. Sometimes it is found that questions have been asked in different state public service examination prelims basically. So you have to remember just the country from where they came and at that time who was the Indian ruler or the dynasty at that time. Like Marco Polo from Italy, he came at the reign of Pandya kingdom. Then Ivan Batuta had already covered. Then Niccolo de Conti from Italy, etc. So you can pause the video and take the screenshot as well, or you can note it down. But yeah, it is important from civil service prelims point of view. So in this section, I have covered some UPSC civil service exam prelim questions. So please go through it and try to answer the same and give the answers in the comment section. I will going to check your answer. Thank you for listening to StudyCraft. This is a new channel. Soon more videos will be uploaded. It will cover entire topics of civil service prelims examination. Hope you enjoyed this session. Again, thanks a lot. God bless you all. Hope for a very bright future.